Well, it's 15 years of, being a rock photographer, traveling with Ringo. I shoot a lot of Paul and Keith Richards, all the big ones. I get to do a lot of work with all the great artists. I'm very happy about that. So I decided to put a book together, and I figured it would be a great way to release the book and have a great fundraiser as well. So I worked with Autism Speaks, and we came up with this great plan for tonight and made some calls and got a bunch of great musicians here to celebrate and have a great night of music. A portion of the proceeds are going back to Autism Speaks. 15 years of stuff, going back through all the old photos brought back a lot of memories, because I shoot stuff and either it goes in the files or my client gets it or the bands or whoever gets the stuff, and I never really revisit the photos. But doing the book made me go back through 15 years of work, and it was a really fun experience. Brought back a lot of memories, a lot of fun stories.
When I was in college, the first time, I was like so hard funk, I said, I ain't going to no rock concert. Man, I saw Aerosmith. Messed me up for life. Them boys, they killed it. They killed it, changed my life. Killed it.
Tell us more. How?
You know what, I was blown away. First, like Tyler, the way he could sing, and the band, and watching the guitars. I was listening to all the music. I said, it's a different thing, but it was just, I was watching energy in the room. And the chicks fell in love with rock. I learned one thing, ain't nothing like rock chicks. They love rock. I said, I gotta rethink this.
Rock and roll is such an amazing, simple thing that stood for years and still doing a lot of good all over the world. They try and change it, they bend it, they twist it, they bounce it, and it bounces right back, Keep on rocking.
I actually opened for Stevie Wonder in the south of France about a year and a half ago, and it was just incredible. We were in the south of France. It was the 4th of July in this old amphitheater, like Roman amphitheater, and he just went through his whole catalog, and he's just the most riveting performer. And so that was kind of like the hair on the back of my neck started standing up. So that was pretty awesome.
Might have been an Eagles concert or the Doobies, the Doobie Brothers. When I'm obviously, a little bit older than the average crowd member here. Yeah, Doobies, the Beatles. The first one I ever went to actually was James Taylor before Mudslide Slim. Carole King opened for him, and everybody was like, "Oh, who's she?" So.
I have some crazy stories actually. I think the most memorable is probably Bret Michaels. Like right after I was on another reality show called Joe Millionaire on Fox in Indianapolis, I went to the Poison concert, and Bret Michaels pulled me up on stage, and some of my girlfriends, we got to go side stage and then go back on his tour bus, like hang out and everything. He was the nicest guy ever.
I have so many I can't even talk about it. I mean, that's all I did when I was in my late teens and early 20s. So
You were savage.
so yeah, I've seen a lot of them. I constantly try to make him a rocker. I took him to an Elbow concert recently.
I'm kind of a marshmallower.
A what?
Marshmallower.
The first concert I went to, I was 4 years old, and I went to Billy Joel's, I think it was River of Dreams tour, and that kind of started the whole, music obsession for me, and that's the first memory I have of going to a rock show. And
besides seeing the Beach Boys back in 1970 with the Grateful Dead, I'd say my most memorable concert was January 1st, 1970. The band was playing at the New York Academy of Music, and Bob Dylan came out and did 4 songs with them, like at midnight. That was pretty amazing.
I'm a rocker. I've met Steven Tyler. He's wild. He's crazy. But I can't even mention what happened backstage there. Like, I'm a good girl, but that boy's a bad boy.
Most memorable Paul McCartney at the Hollywood Bowl.
Well, okay.
Actually, the night I met her, too.
The night that I was playing a show, they went to Paul McCartney. I don't really blame them, so I didn't get to go. One of my best shows. I went to Fleetwood Mac 2 years ago. I was in the front row.
You did really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
Tom Petty was there too. It was cool.
Rock concert. I saw a slightly unknown band called Airborne Toxic Event, and they are. I actually play electric fiddle, rock and roll fiddle. So I'm a huge fan of this band because they have a violist in the band, and it was actually a couple weeks ago in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was just incredible because you feel the bass, and yeah. So as also a musician, I could really appreciate it.
Peter Frampton. That's how old I am. When he, I was very young. I don't know what I was doing there. I was too young. But I did see him in the 80s and 70s. Yeah. And what about you?
1978 in Tucson, Arizona. I went to see Kiss.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Why Tucson, Arizona?
That's where I grew up, in Tucson, Arizona, and I saw Kiss in Tucson, Arizona with my buddies.
Just name one
great.
Kiss song.
Christine 16. Beth, I hear you calling.
Okay.
Want me to sing it for you?
You win.
Okay.
You win. Thank you.
Wanna rock and roll all night.
Well, the most notable, the most exciting one, or the one I was most excited about was Peter Gabriel in San Francisco. He was actually playing with the symphony, so I wouldn't really call it a rock concert, but it was pretty fabulous anyway.
Well, Gary's in the book, so you know his page looks fabulous.
No, Rob did my last album, covering all the artwork in it, so all the photography, I should say.